we're going to be adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing decimals. The rule that we use for adding decimals is that line up the decimals or line the decimals so that everything is in the same place value. So if I line up the decimals here, I have 0, 0.4, and 8. Here, the decimals line up, and I have 0 and 2. And so we have all the tenths together, all the ones together, and all the hundreds together. Now you notice that there's a missing hundreds here, so if there's any missing numbers in any of the place values, we'll put 0 there. And now we're ready to add. So we're going to add these. The hundredths add up to 8, the tenths add up to 6, your decimal, and the ones add up to 0. Okay, once again, for subtraction or adding, we line up our decimals. So this is 0, 4, and 8, decimal here, 0 and 2. And again, all the missing place values, there's a missing place value here, we just fill those in with 0. So now we got all our hundreds, all our tenths, and all our ones. So let's subtract. 0 from 8 gives us 8. 2 from 4 gives us 2, our decimal, and then 0. Now for multiplication, we have to remove the decimals after we count the number of place values here. So this has 2 place values, so we'll put the 2 here, and this has 1 place value here, so we'll put 1 there. So our total place values will be 3. So now that we've removed all the decimals, we'll write 48 times 2. We will multiply those, and 2 times 8 is 16, and carry my 1. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 more gives us 9. And it says our answer needs 3 place values. So let's move over 3 values here. We always start off there. That'll be 1. This will be 2. And then add a 0 to get a third right there. So the final answer is going to be 0.096. And you see up to 3 place values. Actually down to the tenths, hundreds, thousands, down to the thousands. Now with division, basically we flip this because this is our divisor. We want our divisor first. So this will be, let's see here, decimal 2, and then our fraction here, and our, let's see, decimal here, 4 and 8. And typically the decimals, we usually like to have zeros before or after them, so I want to add a 0 there. Doesn't hurt or help to us to put a 0 there, so don't worry about that. I just don't like those blank spaces, that's all. All right, so your divisor has to be a whole number, so the decimal has to be moved to the back of the number, so it'll be placed there. So that you have one move on the outside for the divisor, you'll have one move on the inside here. So your decimal will go there. So let's rewrite the problem with the decimals in the right places. This will be 2, your decimal, and this will be still 0, 4, there's the decimal there, and 8. So this is the new problem written with the decimals in the appropriate places. All right, now let's say divide. Okay, 2 goes into 0. The closest thing to 2 times 2 is to 0 is 0, and then the multiplier is 0, so you just get 0. Then you bring down your 4, and the closest thing to 4 in the 2 times tables is 4, so we'll write 4 here, and the multiplier is 2. So we'll subtract those, and we get 0, and bring down that 8. The closest thing to the 8 in the 2 times tables is 8, and the multiplier is 4. And we subtract those, and we get 0. So the decimal here goes up, it goes between there. So this will be 0.24. The first 0 we don't need. We'll just use the 2 here, the decimal, and the 4 for the final answer. So your final answer is 2.4.